What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy, Marlon. We are back at it again with another edition of the show. Seriously, guys, we have been crushing it on the channel as of late. Shouts to all the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. If you're brand new to the channel, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and turn on that post notification bell if you want the latest in PlayStation and Xbox. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Oh my God, another day, another day, another day. We have to deliver. I appreciate everybody for watching, liking, and subscribing. Now, Sony is going crazy right now. Literally, Sony is on fire. If you haven't looked at the thumbnail, well, obviously you guys seen the thumbnail. Oh my God, 41 games. Right, which we're going to talk about. Not only that, but we're also going to talk about some updates here, just so that we can kind of give you guys a little bit of heads up. And so, man, I don't even know what else to say right now. We're also going to go over some sales pertaining to the PS5 and how well the PS5 is trucking. I've said this before. In numerous streams, okay? And the thing is that right now the iron is hot for Sony, and now is the time to strike. Now is the time to deliver a massive showcase. I mean, we are getting rumors left and right and center at this point. Rumors talking about Konami, and Sony signing a deal with them for Metal Gear. It's crazy. Castlevania. We already know about Silent Hill. More acquisitions, on the way. It's insane right now at this point. Games that Herman Hulst even talked about. Now, mind you, this was stemming back, I would say, from May 12th, 2021, right? Where Herman was talking about the games, right, that they currently do have in development for PlayStation 5. And back then it was like 25 games, right? Half of them were new, and then the rest were like just, remakes of, older IPs and whatever. And that was a crazy number back then, right? And now fast forward into 2023 with all the new studios that Sony have acquired. Man, and obviously, some people are kind of tired of remakes at this point. And only because, they have been doing remakes that, a lot of people don't really care for. And the games that people really do want, that's not actually happening at this point. So, yeah, I can kind of understand that. And I think a lot of people would kind of rub out the remakes per se and just, obviously replace that with new IPs, right? And I understand that because at this point, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. At this point, there's a lot of PS5 only games that is slated to be shown in the PS5 showcase at this point. And I think that's what everybody really wants. Thank you so much for the super chat. It says Marlon cracked some Listerine joke. Rinse and repeat. Oh, that's funny. Thank you so much for that one, Coaster. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. That is funny. But yeah, let's get back on course here. It's insane, right? Because people really want PS5 only games. And we have a developer that we're going to talk about today. They have been working on a game that I would say this has been in talks and been in development before the PS5 even dropped and everything. And so right now the shift is PS5. And I really hope that a lot of developers really push more for the more powerful hardware and less for the less powerful hardware, because we have seen time and time again where a lot of people have noticed that the last gen systems are really holding back the full potential of the newer systems, PS5, Series X, S, things of that nature. And so we want to see more and more games that are taking full utilization of PS5, which the PS5 version is what we're talking about here. And obviously 60 FPS being the center point of the actual experience, right? And really fully utilizing the PS5 hardware. And I think third party, second party, first party, that's what people really want to see. And also with the PS5 showcase in mind, we're going to see a lot of big partnerships, obviously, from a third party standpoint. And I think that seeing these third party games and these games actually fully utilizing the PS5 hardware, I think that's really, really good at this point, considering a lot of developers are shifting to PS5 and Series X only and developing only for those systems and then port the game on PS4, Xbox One. We've seen that with the likes of Hogwarts Legacy and how they actually treated the next generation version of that game. And obviously now the PS4, Xbox One X and S and all those versions of the game is actually out now. Obviously, that's kind of like the way it should be, right? Not simultaneously or anything like that. But man, Sony is going crazy right now. I mean, all these games that we're going to be going over and discussing could potentially be on the horizon. Now, all of these games that we're going to be digging into, guys, listen, I don't expect all these games to be at the showcase. There's just no way. There's just no way. That is just like an overkill at this point. But my God, Sony is going insane right now. They have so many projects, and this is something that gets me excited, gets all of us excited as gamers. Like the games, man, that's what we care about the most. I mean, even in yesterday's stream, a lot of you guys, I was going through the comment section, and a lot of people after the stream went down was getting really, really excited for Killzone. And it just goes to show you that the excitement for that is literally through the roof. Not only Killzone, but Bloodborne. Now, there's a rumor, right? Obviously, David Jaffe came out and said, well, he didn't say that it was going to be in the PS5 showcase. He just said that he heard some rumblings about it, being in development or whatever the case may be. And I'm telling you, it's just so much hype. I mean, at this point in time, Sony owns the IP. I mean, Sony can do whatever they want to do with it, right? I mean, they could do a remake to Bloodborne and people will go crazy, or they could just do a Bloodborne 2 and people will go freaking crazy. Whatever Sony decides to do with Bloodborne at this point, I think Bloodborne is so popular to the point where it's like, yeah, let's go, right? Like let's go ahead and do a remake of this game, or let's go ahead and do a Bloodborne 2 or whatever the case may be, like, and people will go ape crazy. But the fact that David Jaffe in his podcast was just mentioning rumblings about Bloodborne remake and all of us, not remake, but a remaster, remake, whatever, right? For PS5, or it's going to be in the PS5 showcase, and people start running with it. Like they start running with the narrative and like, oh my God, Bloodborne. Oh my God, it's going to be in the PS5 show. Like, guys, calm down. How many times have we been through this crap, right? Where we see rumors and stuff like that from XYZ person or insider or whatever the case may be, and it don't happen, right? So we get hype about this stuff, and then it's like, oh, well, Sony did not show Bloodborne. Okay, whippity doo. Now your bubble is burst right there. Like, nah. So I mean, I've honestly, with the whole Bloodborne thing, because I see people was tagging me into this stuff to talk about it. I think Bloodborne will eventually happen for PS5. I just don't think we're gonna see it at the PS5 showcase. I'm just standing firm on that one at this point. Like, my prediction, my wild card prediction, no. PS5 showcase, no. No. What do I think it will happen eventually? Yes. I think that because Bloodborne is very, very popular, and I think a lot of people really, really want that to happen. All right. Let's move on here, because there's a new PS5 game that I want to talk about. that got canceled, right? And I think that reading from what I've gathered from this game, I think it would have been very, very interesting with the engine in mind, by the way, and with everything that the team was actually working on. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, and this is sort of like in the sci-fi type of range, if you may. And so I really wanted to sort of cover a little bit of basis on that as well. We're also going to talk about Horizon 3, because obviously Horizon 3 for the PS5 is rising up again, obviously. And at this point, like, I really want Guerrilla Games to focus on what really matters the most right now. And it's something different than Horizon, right? I think at this point, a lot of people are just like, yeah, can we go to Killzone right now? Can we go to something else? And we know that they have multiple projects that they're actually working on currently right now. Obviously, we heard about that rumored Horizon multiplayer game, or whatever the case may be, and multiple Horizon projects in development. And so I think people want to kind of shift the scale a little bit from Horizon to something else. Also, we're going to talk about the Series S out of VRAM. Thank you so much for the $22, man. Yo, Sin, thank you so much. Thank you for the 22. I guess he meant to say, hey, Marlon, have you heard about this? EU is going to okay the deal between Microsoft and Activision. Also, keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the 22 euros there. Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, here we go again. Here we go again. Honestly, man, at this point, man, I think what they're going to make a decision, like the EU is going to make a decision on the Blizzard King deal. At this point, I think on the 15th of May, we will see. That's like what, next week? I mean, with everything that's been going on right now with that ABK deal, bro, I don't even care. Honestly, I really don't even care, because the state of Xbox right now, bro, I don't even think that this ABK deal is really going to make a huge splash like a lot of people think it is. But hey, we will see. I'm not going to get, is it Reuters or something like that? I don't know, but we will see how it actually turns out. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but for Microsoft's sake, man, we got to move past this deal right now, right? I mean, is either it's going to get approved, what's going on with the CMA situation. Like, we just need to move past this right now, and we need to get to the games, because that's what everybody is really excited about. Like, is Hellblade 2 going to be at the showcase? Is Fable going to be there? Is State of Decay 3 going to be there? Is Everwild going to be there? You know, is Avowed going to be there? Is Perfect Dark going to be there? Like, those are the games that people really want to see, right? The games that's been in development, right, for a while now, right? People want to see these games, right? They want to see these games fully utilizing the Series X console, because yeah, we get the Activision stuff into Game Pass. Expect Game Pass to go up in price. Like, Game Pass is not going to be at the same price. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, prepare for that shift. But at the same time, everything is still going to be a vanilla experience, right? Because we are basically getting vanilla games right now, nothing of substance, nothing groundbreaking. And there's a lot of pressure on Starfield. Obviously, people are ripping apart Starfield because the ESRB rating and everything that's been going around. So people are just like, oh, yeah, microtransactions. Almost every single game at this point is going to have microtransactions. It just matters on how it's structured and how it's set up, right? I think the biggest thing for a lot of people with Starfield is not just the ESRB rating and everything that's been coming out. Is it going to be 60 FPS? Is it going to be looking next generation and blowing us away, right? Is the bar going to be set for one of the biggest game in the past decade, right? And this is the newest IP from Bethesda. That's what everybody should be channeling their energy towards, because there's a lot of pressure on Bethesda. There's a lot of pressure on Starfield. There's a lot of pressure on Todd. There's a lot of pressure on Phil. Like, there's a lot of pressure in general for Xbox. Like, they have to do something groundbreaking come June 11th. So I think people have been shifting their focus from the ABK deal per se and moving it over to this Xbox showcase and Starfield. And I think like it should be, right? Because we shouldn't be so hanged up on an acquisition anyway, because at the end of the day, yes, it's going to benefit gamers that want Call of Duty at a cheaper price, right? And not have to pay $70 and all the other catalog of games that will be associated with Game Pass for sure, right? That's great for gamers who are wanting that kind of flavor, but you still have to deliver. And I've said this countless times, like, you have to deliver. You have a job to do as a publisher, and it's to sell consoles. It's also to sell gamers, right? On whatever it is that you have in your ecosystem. Am I right? Am I wrong? And that is something that Sony have been doing since day one. And people don't realize that. Like, Sony's been going crazy since day one, dropping quality IPs, right? And trying to uphold the $70 price tag as much as they can. Is every single thing that Sony has put out since 2020 have been perfect and golden? No, there's some bugs, there's some glitches, there's some issues here and there. Nothing is perfect. Nobody is saying that, but Sony have been more consistent than Microsoft, right? Yes, Sony had the Bungie acquisition, but at least that was just like smooth. You know, there was no hiccups like this is with Microsoft, right? Where your entire fan base, the entire media is shifting their focus on this whole ABK deal. And we're not looking at the games and talking about the games, and Microsoft not showing off the games. That is a freaking problem. And that always will be an issue. But I think overall, this is the time for Sony to strike. And I think with them going first, like I mentioned in previous streams before on the show, with them going first, that screams a lot of confidence for their games. That screams like, listen, bro, we stand behind all the games that we're going to show in this PS5 showcase. We got reports that their studios are ready to go. Their studios are ready to go. They're ready to show. And we're going to go over a little chart here on the channel, showcasing all of Sony's studios that they have, first-party studios and supported studios that are working on games. And it's exciting. It's exciting because now we can leave the PS4 in the past. We can leave the PS4 on the wall somewhere. You know what I mean? Like right next to the other consoles, right? Right next to the PS3, right next to the PS2, right next to the PS1. In the past, back in time, where it belongs. And now we can move forward as gamers, and we can demand more as gamers, whether it's higher FPS or higher resolution or higher production value. There's nothing wrong with that. Better ray tracing, better lighting, better reflections, better shadows, you know, better draw distance, you know, more things happening on screen than ever before. You know, increased loading times to little to no loading times, right? More immersion, right? That's what people really want. And that's the reason why you see things are the way they are on the blue side. Like Phil said it best. Like, listen, bro, we're not the green guys going blue. Like, we're not trying to go blue. We're going to do our thing. Sony's going to do their thing. And so at the end of the day, guys, the main pointer of everything is that Sony is being aggressive right now. With all the studios, with all their LinkedIn profiles, with everything that we're going to be discussing today, this is huge. We already have the narrative director for Insomniac Games coming out, basically letting us know, like, listen, bro, Spider-Man 2 is going to be the best game that we have ever made, right? And that's a bold statement, right? Where's the track record? Well, obviously look at Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. That is a next generation game that was built specifically for PlayStation 5. And if that game looked that good, imagine Spider-Man 2. Imagine these games that we're going to go over and discuss today. It is literally bunkers at this point, right? And I think that's the reason why the PS5 is selling the way it's selling. I mean, it's not rocket science why people are buying more PS5s. People are signing up for PlayStation Plus Extra, or they're signing up for PlayStation Plus Premium. I mean, they're seeing the value. Sony has been doing a better job with that, you know, with PlayStation Plus Extra, with PlayStation Plus Premium, adding more games. And so I think that right there is like the cherry on the top there. But we're going to go over some couple things here to kind of highlight. So just off the top of the head, just in case if you guys don't know, this is miscellaneous information that I'm going to be rapid firing for you guys. Basically, check this out, right? So A Plague Tale Requiem has a 60 FPS patch right now. I've already finished this game. I've played it on Xbox. I finished the game from start to finish already. Obviously, they launched the game with 30 FPS, and there was a 40 FPS 120 hertz mode. So if you had a compatible display or TV or monitor that had 120 hertz capabilities, then you could run the game at 40 FPS. Well, now they're actually coming out and basically saying, listen, we're dropping the 60 FPS patch right now. So if you guys want to go ahead and check it out on Xbox, it's on Game Pass right now. Go check it out, play it if you want to. Or if you bought the game on PS5, go download the 60 FPS patch. Check out the game. I think the game was really, really good. I think it was better than the first one. Check out my review on the channel, by the way. But yeah, A Plague Tale Requiem 60 FPS patch is out right now. Go check it out. Go check it out. Some other miscellaneous stuff that I really, really want to kind of shed. So Sony officially shut down PlayStation Plus Collection. There you go. Obviously, because they have PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium, and Premium is more for like the retro stuff. So they're beefing that up right now. So don't know if you guys know about that. PlayStation Plus Collection was literally for PlayStation 4 players, just kind of adding a lot of the bigger games from PlayStation 4 within the actual service. I believe they had like 20 games in there initially, and they're pulling the plug on that, I think, as of yesterday. So just kind of want you guys to know about that one. Also, let's check this out. So we're going to be talking about numerous things here on the channel today. So please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you're brand new. Turn on that post notification bell so you never miss out on the daily updates that we have here. All right, so let's go ahead and start talking about Sony going crazy right now. I can't express this right now. This is freaking crazy. Okay, now I'm going to talk about these 41 games. That is insane. Okay? That's PS5 projects. All right? So let me put a timestamp on this because that's PS5 projects. Okay? Now, we know that Sony is still going to show PS4 love, but not in the way like they used to, right? Where PS4 is leading the charge with development. No. Sony have already let us know, like, listen, we're moving past PlayStation 4. We're leaving it right there back on the wall of trophies, accomplishments, whatever, in the past, in time. It's over. Now we're moving into the future now, where PS5 is taking center stage. We've seen it with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. We've seen it with Returnal. We're seeing it with, obviously Burning Shores. And we see the benefits of having a game being developed only for PlayStation 5 in mind. Now, check this out. So all these projects are mixed in with a lot of their studios that they have, supported studios, things of that nature. Not only that too, but all these games are confirmed by these developers' LinkedIn profile. So on their LinkedIn profile, they're confirming that, hey, we're working on this game, we're working on that game for PS5, blah, blah, blah. So 41 plus games is what we have right now, which is literally insane if you really sit down and think about it. I mean, they've acquired Bungie, right? Bungie is supposed to be working on a bunch of stuff for them. Haven Studios with Jade Raymond. Let's not forget about that. Hopefully that experience, multiplayer experience, we will get to see at the PS5 showcase. And I think a lot of people, Jade Raymond is a very, 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 very good developer. I mean, she's responsible for so many games, Assassin's Creed, the original Assassin's Creed, tons of other games in the industry. And so, Haven Studios, we have Savage, we have, man, it's so many freaking studios, bro. Like it's freaking crazy at this point. All right. Blue Point Games. Man, the list goes on. You guys know all the studios. Like it's freaking crazy. Housemark. Man, so many studios at this point. And so to the point where it's just kind of like, well, we're not going to get to see all these projects, obviously, in the showcase, but the ones that are ready to be shown, like, obviously, Hermen Hulst said this back in 2021, that they had 25 PS5 games in development, right? That was 2021. This is 2023. So obviously that number has grown substantially since that time period, which I think is just insane altogether, right? And so let's touch up on a few things here that I wanted to kind of highlight, right? Obviously, we have Firewalk, right? Which they're working on something new for Sony. A lot of people is kind of making fun of Sony for this one because it's like, okay, why would you buy a studio that have no games or nothing like that? Well, Firewalk, obviously, they just acquired Firewalk as well. And I think it's going to be interesting considering that we need to see more and more PS5 multiplayer experiences. Obviously, they're going to be dropping their 10 new live service games by now until 2026, and we should be able to see some of those live service games being shown. I'm gonna tell you right now, even though Hermen Hulst came out and said that these are going to be new experiences, they're not going to be like Fortnite, they're not going to be like Call of Duty or Destiny or anything like that. They're going to be different per se, and it's going to be interesting to see how these live service games are going to be put out. But to think about these single projects that these studios are actually working on, Ghost of Tsushima with Sucker Punch, obviously we're going to see probably Nixies is probably working on a PC port for Ghost of Tsushima, and that's probably going to get announced sometime during the PS5 showcase, right? They're obviously working on Ghost of Tsushima 2 at this point. We heard from Naughty Dog. Obviously, they have a new IP that they've been working on, so that we could potentially see that in the showcase. I mean, we don't know at this point. Obviously, we have the situation with Factions 2 that, yeah, obviously we're going to see Factions 2. I mean, there's just no way we're going to get the PS5 showcase and not see Factions 2 in there. So if you look at all of Sony's main studios, they have multiple projects that they're working on. Look at Insomniac Games, for instance. I mean, we have Spider-Man 2, that is slated for this year. They just expanded their studio to 500 plus people. And so, developers, and that's huge right there. Obviously, they're working on Wolverine as well. That game potentially slated for 2024. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying that we might not see Wolverine in the showcase only because, well, the main focus is Spider-Man 2. And granted, I wouldn't be upset. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I still do. There's a part of me that feels like, Wolverine is going to be there in some way, shape, or form, but probably not as big as people are expecting it to be. I mean, even if we get a gameplay teaser or something like that, just to let everybody know, like, listen, Wolverine, we're working on it. It's coming out, right? But people are saying, nope. Like, people are in the industry saying, nope, we're not going to see Wolverine. It's going to just be Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac. And that's okay with me. I'm not, because I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, hold on, Marlon. Oh, that's going to mean that the game is in trouble, and that's going to mean that they're going to cancel the game. No. You got to understand how Sony works. They're going crazy right now with PS5s. They're selling year over year. They're crushing it. Obviously, it was down recently, which we're going to talk about, but 500% in terms of sales. I mean, PS5s are selling like crazy right now. Unstoppable in that area. But the interesting part here is that, yeah, you want to show the big games like Wolverine. Like, you want to show everything at this point. But I feel like, yes, you have to have Spider-Man 2 take center stage and show as much as possible to get people hype, get the marketing going, get people excited, things of that nature. So we will see on that one. So you pretty much kind of see the pattern here. A lot of Sony studios are working on multiple IPs, right? Which is fine, and which brings the grand total. So this is coming from Zuby Tech out on Twitter. Now, this is a PlayStation enthusiast, and they do a very good job of jumping on the LinkedIn posts from these developers and giving us sort of like an insight on what, you know, is actually happening here in terms of projects, and a grand total of 41 plus games, 41 plus games in a grand total from what Herman Hulst said from almost 2 years ago, with 25 plus games to now. It's believable, because if you go to these LinkedIn profiles and you look at these developers, and they're working on multiple friggin' projects. We just talked about a developer that worked on SOCOM. Well, they're at Guerrilla Games right now. You know what I'm saying? They're working on an unannounced project at Guerrilla Games. Like, and then we had somebody that worked on Resistance, right? I mean, all these dudes that worked on the legacy stuff, Resistance and SOCOM, they're now rehired at Sony. So it's like Sony is going crazy right now. Don't just tell me that you're hiring some of these ex-developers to work on Horizon 3 or to work on Wolverine or to work on... No, something big is going down. Because they know, Sony knows that, man, we have to crush it in the multiplayer department. Like, this is an area that we've been lacking in for years, and we need to have a strong DNA. We need to have a strong backbone here when it comes to the PlayStation 5, and hence why we have 41 plus games. Now, all of these games could be including first party, obviously, third party stuff from their third party partners and things of that nature, remakes. I mean, you name it, it's all in there, right? Plus, obviously, Firewalk as well, which you can throw that in there. You know, obviously, they're working on something, you know, new in the multiplayer department, which is AAA. So there's tons of content, guys. There's tons of games in development right now as we speak at PlayStation Studios, and it's just crazy. And also with their worldwide third-party partners as well combined, it's a lot of stuff. And we're going to see some massive stuff at this PS5 showcase in terms of games that, whoa, we didn't even count the other game. There's another game that we talked about. Now, this is coming from a VFX artist that worked on God of War Ragnarok, has worked on movies, big movies in the industry, in the movie industry. There's an unannounced PS5 game that is slated for 2023. So you can throw that into the 41 plus games or projects that is happening for the PS5. I mean, this is insane at this point. I mean, for all we know, that number could very well be about 50 at this point. So the more games, the merrier, right? And at this point, your third year in, you want to ship 25 plus million PS5s by March or April of next year. This is how you do it. I'm not saying for you to come out and show 41 games, but hey, listen, at least show us the 25 that you promised initially, right? From 2021 when Herman Hulst came out. At least show us at least 25 games, or at least 20 at best, right? I mean, the more new IPs we can see, the better, right? Obviously, you can throw remakes in there. We know Sony is not going to run away from the remake situation, considering the success that they had with, you know, Last of Us Part 1 on the PS5 at a $70 price tag. So expect more remake announcements at this PS5 showcase. On top of that, the new IPs and the rebirth of a lot of older legacy IPs that could be making a return. So guys, tons of stuff there when it comes to the PS5. 41 plus games. Obviously, Sony is not slowing down right now when it comes to studio acquisition. We just heard from Jim Ryan that more and more acquisitions is coming, right? Obviously, we know they're not going to slow down. So more acquisitions mean more games, more experiences, better experiences for PlayStation fans. So let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section. Sony is going crazy right now. On top of that craziness, listen to this. And this is why Sony is the best that they have ever been in years. Okay. Now, judging from the history of over 20 years, PlayStation is at its best in over 20 years. Let that sink in. PlayStation is at its best in over 20 years than ever before, which is literally insane to think about, right? Because you had the PS2, you had PS3, you had the PSP, you had PS1, PS4, things of that nature. No. They're saying, yeah, with the way how PS5s are selling, with the potential of the PS5 being the all-time greatest console from Sony. Now, this was actually typed up very well here by Zubitech, and it just goes to show you all the accomplishments from Sony so far with the PS5 generation. So, quote, one of them is the PS5 console sales are skyrocketing, which we just talked about. More games. Listen to this. We just talked about the 41 games projects that are in development. More games in development than any time in history for a PlayStation system. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Man, I don't even know if y'all realize. I don't even know if we realize this. This is the best that Sony has ever been in years. I mean, especially with the console in mind, with the PS5 and how it's outpacing the PSP around this time when the PSP launched, and how it's outpacing the PlayStation 4 around this time of the PS4 launch. I mean, this is the best that Sony has ever been in terms of sales, in terms of growth, in terms of studios, in terms of technology. We have to look at that, guys. So more games in development than any time in the history of PlayStation system. The next, which coincides with the IPs that Sony have in development, the multiple IPs that we just talked about, the 41 plus projects. First party IPs selling more than ever. Now, what are you talking about, Marlon? Well, look at God of War Ragnarok. Right? Obviously, that was a cross-generation game, and they had some bundles and things of that nature, but still, 11 million copies. 11 million copies, making it the king right now of best-selling first-party PlayStation IPs. Not only that, we just got numbers. Obviously, franchise record for Horizon, right? Was it like 32 million, 32.7 million? And then we just learned that 8.4 million copies were sold for Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, that is a true testimony to how PlayStation first-party IPs are actually selling. I mean, obviously, we have Spider-Man 2, which is going to do crazy numbers for Sony. Obviously, we have so many other games as well in the first-party lineup. Ghost of Tsushima 2, Uncharted 5. I mean, the list goes on at this point. Wolverine, it's insane to see the numbers and that they're going to be pulling in. All right, so there you go on that one. First-party IPs selling more than ever. Now, check this out. PlayStation game IP franchises now beyond game and TV shows and movies record breakers. Obviously, The Last of Us TV show, what's it, like 30-something million? Like, it's insane. Viewers, it's crazy, right? Obviously, they have the Twisted Metal TV show that's getting ready to drop. The Gran Turismo movie. They already said that they're going to greenlit Uncharted 2 or something like that. I mean, it's tons of God of War. I mean, there's so many stuff that they're working on, and they're just going crazy right now with that. PlayStation Studios. The next one is PlayStation Studios larger than ever before. With the expansion of all these studios, right? They're hiring even more developers. Housemarque just got expanded, right? I think it was like 150 or something like that. We had Insomniac Games, 520 plus employees. Insane, right? So what does that say? It says that the studios are expanding, right? Obviously, because we know that Sony have some of the best studios in the world. And these guys are really carrying two lumberjacks at the same time. Like, it's insane how much games that they're working on. One studio is working on 2 or 3 games, and they're expanding even further. And so there's more and more projects that are in the works that we don't even really freaking know about, right? So that's good. PlayStation Studios is larger than ever before, than they ever was back in the PS4, PS3, PS2, and PS1 generation. Listen to this, and this is obviously a true testimony to it. I mean, obviously, you have to talk about how well the software is doing over time. So almost 6 billion units, 6 billion units of lifetime software sold on PlayStation. 6 billion. Wow. That is a lot. that is a lot. Okay. Nintendo is crushing it right now with their software units and stuff like that. But 6 billion, that is a lot in terms of software that was sold on PlayStation. 6 billion. Holy cow. Next on the list, we have PlayStation brand at an all-time high. We have talked about this on this channel, and this is the advantage that Sony have always had over Microsoft, is that they have the brand recognition, right? They have the fans, they have the games, they have the studios, and it is a true testimony. This is facts. That PlayStation right now is at an all-time high. The demand for the console is literally through the roof. People are signing up for PlayStation Plus. They're signing up for PlayStation Premium. I mean, the crave for PlayStation is higher than it's has ever been, right? I mean, consoles are selling at an all-time high record. I mean, we talked about GameStop calling them or whatever, and they're saying, listen, bro, we can't even keep PS5s in stock right now. And we haven't had any major announcement. This is the longest Sony has ever gone through without not showing us anything from their first-party studios. And the fact that PS5s are selling like crazy right now, it just really goes to show you that the brand PlayStation is at an all-time high right now. So yeah, most definitely the demand is crazy. Moving on, PlayStation critical recognition, hit after hit, awards after awards. Again, true testimony. God of War Ragnarok, yes, it might not hit Game of the Year, but it got multiple awards during the last Video Game Awards. Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, it's just crazy. Every single time Sony comes out. Last of Us, I think, went into the Hall of Fame of video games next to another game. I forgot what the game was, but the original Last of Us is in the Hall of Fames of video games right now. Insane. And that is a PlayStation IP. I think the next game is a Nintendo IP, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe you guys have followed up on that. But yeah, it's in the Hall of Fame right now of video games. And that is huge because Last of Us is one of the best video game stories ever told, right? I mean, say what you want to say about Last of Us Part 2, and I can agree with you on that, but nobody's denying the impact that Last of Us as a franchise have on a lot of people. Not only that, but also gameplay-wise from Last of Us Part 2. I think that was more of like a check mark or highlight reel for a lot of people there. Huge expansions taking place behind the scenes. Best believe me on that one. There's a lot of stuff going on right now at PlayStation that we don't even freaking know about. And it's insane. It's really, really insane when you really think about what Sony is working on behind the scenes. Very, very impressive stuff. And it just really goes to show you, strike the iron while it's hot. The only thing that we're waiting right now on is the PS5 showcase. Once we get this PS5 showcase, I think we're probably going to go back to like pre-pandemic stuff, right? Where, yeah, you can't even find PS5s and, you know, it's hard to find one, right? Because people are going to be buying them left and right. Sony is going to have to find a way to ramp up production at this point. So let's go ahead and let's move on because this is about to get crazy. All right. This is why you guys tune into the show. Now, here's what's happening with PS5s right now. Okay. Thank you so much, Nola, with the 10 gifted subs. Make sure all of you guys go to the community tab where you'll find access to all the perks. All the perks. Add me on PSN, all right? So we can chop it up, so we can play games. We got giveaways coming up. Hey, man, you love to see the gifted subs. Anybody else want to do some gifted subs? Feel free to help our community out. Subscribe if you're brand new. Turn on that post notification bell. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Shouts to King Nola. Let's get it popping. All right, let's talk about how the PS5 is performing right now, because we have a combination here to kind of tie everything in. Before we talked about all the other stuff that we talked about, let's dig into this because, yeah, this is about to get crazy right now. So let's talk about the PS5 and how it's actually performing, right? So, yeah, here we go. Here we go, right? Because this is interesting, right? When I sit down and I really think about it, and I said, wait a minute, like, even with what was being posed to, obviously software is down, yada yada, software sales is down, yada yada yada, which we already had learned about that. Now check this out. April 2023 UK monthly chart, PS5 again. PS5 takes #1 spot, 15% year over year. PS5 or PlayStation right now, #1 selling console for 4 months straight in the UK. Wow. Wow. Again, PlayStation is #1 selling console 4 months straight. 4 months straight in the UK. What? Bro, we haven't had any major announcements yet. This is what I am talking about, right? Like, the brand recognition for PlayStation right now is at an all-time high. Like, this is insane. Like, I'm sitting down and I'm thinking about this and I'm just like, man, can Sony, like, I mean, at this point, bro, drop the hammer. Strike the iron while it's hot. PS5s are selling 4 months straight, right? Not only that, but April 2023 UK top 10 games digital sales plus physical. Like, this is freaking crazy. I mean, wow. It just blows my mind how PS5s are just crushing it. Not only that, but PS5 tops UK hardware for April 2023, despite console sales falling over previous months. Now, right here, it says that the latest GfK figures have revealed that the PS5 was the top selling console in the UK for April 2023, although game and hardware sales were down overall. Just below 111,000 consoles were moved in the UK last month in the UK, which represent a drop of 20% on the previous month, but 20% up on the same period last year. Nintendo Switch was the second best-selling console in April 2023, followed by the Xbox Series console. Sony's latest home console saw a 35% drop in sales comparison to March 2023, but is up 15% over April 2022. So there you guys go, man. Like, even despite with the drop and whatever the case may be, PS5s are still selling higher than usual. Like, the demand for PS5s is just like almost as if like when the console just was released in 2020, November of 2020. And it's just crazy right now. So Sony needs to strike as soon as possible with these new games that are in development, whatever is coming out this year. We got to see it right away. So there you guys go on that one. Let's talk about this, because interestingly enough, this is insane, right? And I really want to kind of touch up on this because, well, there's a game that I think maybe a lot of you guys would probably be interested in. Now, this is a new PS5 game, right? And I think obviously you guys would really be hyped for anything new for PS5, especially if it's a shooter, right, at this point. And so let's go ahead and let's dial into this one here, guys. If you're enjoying the show so far, hit the like button, hit the share button, turn on that post notification bell. God bless. I appreciate it. All right, so check this out. Unannounced PlayStation sci-fi shooter reportedly canceled. Wow, that sucks. That sucks, right? Because obviously we don't want anything else to be canceled, right? Or shut down or whatever the case may be, but this is the reality. So Sony Interactive Entertainment has reportedly canceled a unannounced PlayStation sci-fi shooter in development for PS5 and PC. Now, according to the rumor mill, the game was in development for 3 years. Wow. That's a long time. That's a long time, right? 3 years. That sucks. That really, really sucks. So 3 years in development, and it was at Final Strike Games and was expected to release in 2025. So this game was slated for 2025, but it got canceled, unfortunately. Now, Final Strike undergoes layoffs amidst reported cancellation of PS5 shooter. That sucks, man. Listen, man, I'm no expert on the field or anything like that, but man, when you get layoffs and stuff like that, man, it sucks because people are out of jobs. And obviously with this game being canceled, maybe Sony was looking at this and I don't know. I really don't know. You know what I mean? Like, no, we good. And it sucks. I mean, it sucks. You know, I want people to stay employed, man, especially in the times that we're living in right now. And who knows? I mean, who knows how this game was going to look and play and how it was going to turn out. But obviously, the rumor was first shared by Twitter user Timor222, right, who claims to have been contacted by a former developer at Final Strike Games. And indeed, Final Strike employees have undergone layoffs as a number of posts have popped up on LinkedIn confirming the same. Now, Timor222 claims that the studio suffered a 40% reduction in headcount, and while we can't confirm any numbers, we did find quite a few posts from Final Strike employees on LinkedIn that confirmed that they were laid off over the past 24 hours. Woo, dang. Their posts are still up at the time of this writing, says source developed who was laid off from the studio. The company had a 40% reduction of headcount. Now, Final Strike mentioned on its website that it's working on a unannounced AAA PvP shooter for consoles and PC last year. And it was speculated that the studio was working on a collaboration with Deviation Games. Yeah, that quote unquote genre defining type of game that Sony is working on with Deviation Games. And yeah, I think a lot of people at this point really want to see what Deviation Games is actually working on, which is supposed to be at this PS5 showcase here. And also you can throw that into the 41 plus games that is in the works for the PlayStation 5. So that's interesting because they were collaborating with Deviation Games. So, it sounds like this PvP game or this PvP shooter for PlayStation 5 sounds very promising, right? Or sounded very promising. Now, let's go ahead because obviously, which we know Deviation Games is developing a PS5 console exclusive IP. Interestingly, Final Strike developer Eric Hewitt mentioned in Twitter last October that he was introduced to the team at Deviation Games as a part of the introduction at Final Strike. So this sucks, man. This sucks. Anytime we get layoffs like this and games get canceled and studios get shut down, it's not a good thing per se. It's definitely not a good thing. All right. Now, let's jump to our next topic because this is non-PlayStation related, but my God. Now, this is not good. This is not good. And I know some people are going to come out with their pitchforks and stuff like that, but the truth is the truth, man. You know, it's crazy to me, right? Because the biggest thing that people really want in this entire gaming space right now is better experience, right? More value for their hard-earned dollar, and also raising the bar, you know, being more innovative and things of that nature. Well, what do we have here? Apparently the Series S can run out of VRAM. Let that sink in. So, well, boy, I know y'all gonna have a lot to say on this. So apparently someone was playing Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 of all games, right? Borderlands 3 came out, what, in 2019? Clearly, PS4, Xbox One, all that stuff, and you running out of VRAM playing Borderlands 3? Listen, I know the Series S is all about value and it's a Game Pass machine. And a lot of people said that, well, man, the Series S can just go at this point. Like the Series S need to go because we heard from developers saying that the Series S is holding back the Series X, not enough VRAM, blah, blah. Remember that talk, right? Potato GPU. We heard from so many developers. They were criticizing the Series S and saying it's a joke of a hardware. It's literally holding back gaming. And I get it that Microsoft wants to do a cookie cutter type of thing where they're offering insane value at $300 for a true next generation experience at $300, right? And you still can get your games. You still could get your quick resume. You can still be on the next gen bandwagon at $300, but also you're running out of VRAM. You're running out of VRAM on a game that came out in 2019. Oh my God. I don't know. It's like Microsoft can't catch a break at this point. Like it's always something negative. It's like every time you try to, as a content creator, every time you try to shift the goalposts and just shift it from negativity to positivity, it's always something that emerges, right? That is in the negative. And it's just like people was like, oh, you're just hating on Xbox or you're just bashing on Xbox and you don't want anything good. Bro, if Microsoft could catch a break and take some W's for once, then the narrative will change. But until then, it's like, Jesus, man, like, I mean, look at this, man. Like, you guys don't believe me? You think I'm making this up? I'll show it to you guys. I have no reason to lie. Let's drag this over here. I mean, what does that say right there? Error on the screen. Out of video. Oh my God. Let me switch this over here. What does it say right there? Out of video memory. Trying to allocate a rendering resource. Oh my God. Have mercy. Right? Make sure your video card has the minimum required memory. What? What? You don't have enough video RAM to run a game that came out in 2019? A third-party game at that? Like, what? I mean, like, what? Are you guys seeing this? Make sure your video card has the minimum required memory by lowering the resolution and or closing other applications that are running. Oh my God, have mercy. You got to be freaking kidding me. What? Oh boy. Microsoft can't catch a break. They guys, I mean, Microsoft can't catch a break. How do you run out of VRAM and lower the resolution? How do you run out of VRAM? Like, I'm not understanding. Wow. I said it, man. I said it before and I'll say it again. Microsoft. Like, you know, it's just crazy, man. It's almost as if like when they were coming out this generation, it's almost as if like these consoles were just not ready. Like Series X wasn't ready to be fully taken advantage of. Series S, I don't know. I mean, they even comparing Series S Hogwarts Legacy to Xbox One and Xbox One X versions of the games and PS4 Pro versions of the games. And they were saying, I'm not even going to get into the Digital Foundry analysis. Like, it's ridiculous at this point. It's almost as if, like, the more and more we get further down into these games, okay, if it's running out of VRAM now, right? Imagine Hellblade 2. Imagine Starfield. Wait, what? Oh my God. I'm wondering, this got to be a glitch in the Matrix or something. Maybe the console, I have no, because this is making headlines right now. Like, tons of articles are being written up about this. If you're running out of VRAM playing Borderlands 3, what's going to happen with Starfield? What's going to happen with Hellblade? What's going to happen with Avowed and Perfect Dark? And all these games, these graphical intense games, State of Decay 3, Unreal Engine 5, like, how is the Series S going to hold up? Like, I don't know. I just, at this point, you choking on a third-party game. Not good, bro. Not freaking good. This is not, man. Microsoft needs a W, bro. And the only way we're going to find out if they're going to get a W is at this showcase at this point, because the Series S, according to a lot of developers, we heard this from the beginning of the generation, that this system needs to be obsolete. Like, it needs to just get off the market, because it's already bad enough that a lot of developers saying that they're struggling to get used to the Series X and the tools, and Microsoft keeps changing their internal tools and blah, blah, blah. And it's taking them a little bit of time. Oh, get this. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's save that topic for that particular topic. Oh boy, y'all gonna love this one. But Microsoft can't get your break. Like, we have a developer that is working on a game for PS5. And he was saying that, well, look, the Series X version right now, we need more time. And it's like, bro, the PS5 version is like, hey, we trucking forward. We ready to go with the PS5 version. You know what I'm saying? But the Series X, no, not so much. We need more time, which is fine. Take all the time you need, but it just goes to show you, like, it is not a cakewalk to develop for Series X. Like, it's taking developers more time than usual to get these games running at tip-top shape, guys. This is not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not freaking good. And hence why you see Digital Foundry coming out saying, oh, the PS5 version of this game runs better than the Series X, blah, 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 vice versa. The Series X is supposed to be that console that blow us all away, right? With the 12 teraflops, right? Series S, on the other hand, I mean, nobody was really expecting this console to be a powerhouse, but at least, like, nothing like this, where we get an error to where it's like you can't even progress. You know, it's telling you to lower resolution and telling you to reboot the system, and then you reboot the game and you still get in the same error message saying that you're out of VRAM. What the heck? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I get the whole value thing, but bro, for an extra $100, they could have matched the PS5 digital and give us double the VRAM at this point. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right? I get the whole value proposition. Oh, we want to be the value guys. We want to be the good guys at the beginning of the generation. But rock with me. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? They could have matched the PS5 digital. I thought about that in the very beginning. And I'm not on their R&D team. I'm not Jason Ronald, but correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Like, they could have sold the Series S, right? With more storage for $100 more. They could have gave us a little bit more storage, and they could have given us a little bit more VRAM, double the VRAM at least. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, but guys, we're going to keep on seeing things like this happen. You know what I mean? And it sucks. And I really hope the best for Microsoft. Now, diving into our next story, you're going to see why this whole VRAM situation is going to bleed over into our next topic. If you do enjoy what we're doing here, be sure to give the stream a thumbs up, like, share, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're brand new. We about to get into some real stuff here, because this right here is the deciding factor on why a lot of people say, you know what? I get what you're saying about the value, Marlon. Buy a Series S because it's for the casual. It's for Game Pass. It's for a lot of the casual games at 30 FPS and not so much on the higher end games at 60 with ray tracing and all that. But now it's not looking too good in that area, right? But look at the development side of things and you will hear from the horse's mouth on the next topic that we're going to discuss. Now, this is a game that we talked about in the beginning of the generation of PS5, right? And I believe at one point it was supposed to be a PS5 only game or whatever. But let's talk about this, right? Because this is very, very interesting. And I think that ultimately this is like the deciding factor for a lot of people. So let's dive into this one. The game that we're talking about here is Quantum Error. All right. Quantum Error is a game that it's been in development for a while, at least before the PS5 and the series consoles was even talked about, right? And we're going to see this game, obviously, at the showcase. And I think a lot of people are excited about this. So recently, we had the developer coming out basically saying, listen, like, we're not sacrificing anything right now in terms of performance for PS4. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Right? This is what we fight for as gamers. When we spend $500 on these consoles, we don't want the less superior system to hold back the games, right? So thank God, right? They basically said that, listen, PS4 is going to be the downgraded version of the PS5 version. We're not sacrificing performance for the PS4 version. That's what we want to hear as gamers for first party, second party, and third party games. We do not want PS4, a old system from 2013, old dated, over a decade old system, to hold back the experiences that we need to have. So they basically said, listen, Team Kill Media basically said, listen, bro, like, we need more time on the Series X version, right? But PS5, we are pushing forward with development and it's going to be 60 FPS, right? So it's going to be a true next generation experience for a lot of people, right? So this is why we spend $500 in the first place. We want true next generation hardware experience with these games that we do play. And so this is really good. And I hope a lot of game developers can take a page out of Team Kill Media's book and basically, listen, develop their games that way. If you're going to do something cross-generation, hey, listen, let the PS4 version be what it's going to be by itself and the PS5 version be what it's going to be by itself, right? And push the capabilities more of the PS5, right? And not let the PS4 version bug down the PS5 version, right? But they're saying also that we need more time for the Series X version, you know, but a lot of fanboys were running with this, basically saying, see, Series X is trash. Listen, Series X is not trash. It's Microsoft and their development tools. And I heard something about internally, they changed that up the last time we heard to something a little newer. And it's taking developers a little bit more time to, you know, get these games running right or at their fullest potential or whatever. And so I think it's crazy. It's really crazy at this point. So they're saying, like, listen, bro, we need more time. We need more time for the Series X version. Man, I am telling you right now, if Sony had the capabilities of the, I've said it so many times, if Sony had the capabilities of the not the PS5 per se, but of the Series X power-wise, it would be a whole different ball game. A whole different ball game, because now we're really going to start seeing more and more PS5s, you know, games being fully utilized for the hardware. Let's go ahead and let's take some donation here. Thank you so much for the $7 Canadian. It says, I heard Microsoft is hiring Jim Ryan to show Phil how it's done. Oh my God. Wow. That would break headlines at this point. That will break headlines at this point. So just want you guys to really kind of know that. But man, you know what? And the funny thing is, right, back in not May, but March 2020, the studio revealed that the developer was targeting 60 FPS, 4K resolution on Sony's new consoles. So, bro, that is freaking crazy. So you know that this game is going to really blow us away in terms of the full capabilities of PS5. The fact that they're not sacrificing anything in terms of performance for PS4 and PS5 can just breathe and be on its own. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. During the beginning part of the Xbox Series X generation and S, like a lot of people was like, Microsoft needs to cut off the Xbox One generation instead of developing for multiple, consoles and things of that nature, including the weaker console, and it's affecting the development of the newer stuff. Well, yeah, things need to be developed strictly for Series X. You know what I'm saying? I know stuff like this takes time, but man, at this point, like, why have all this hardware just sitting around, gathering dust, sitting in the box, dry rotting? And like, we need to see games fully developed for Series X at this point. That's going to really take advantage. Like, I just don't want sorry guys, I just don't want Microsoft to take no more L's at this point. Like, I need to see some good stuff coming out of here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. It's just really, really crazy right now. Series X, once again, taking time. More time than usual. Anyways, let's go ahead, guys. Let's push along. Let's talk about a game that I feel like Sony needs to just, like, we know at the end of Burning Shores, like, yes, it's going to happen. It's coming. And, granted, that's fine. But at this point, I think people will be more excited for Killzone at this point, right? Like, we need to see Killzone. We're happy about Killzone, whatever, right? But Horizon 3 is being brought up again. So if you guys don't know, if you guys didn't watch yesterday's show, Guerrilla Games was celebrating 20 years of their studio success, with Killzone, with Horizon, things of that nature. And they did mention Aloy's next adventure is happening. They can't wait for it. And that simply means Horizon 3 at this point for the PS5. But hey, like, what do I know? Like I said, I'm kind of tired of Aloy at this point now. I feel like we should shift to something completely different. We know that they have multiple Horizon projects working on. And I just feel like at this point, like, we need to shift to something completely different universe, everything like that. But Horizon 3, for sure, being that it's going to be developed with the PlayStation 5 only in mind, is going to be mind-blowing at this point. So let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section about Horizon 3. Like, do you think that they should just shift to something completely different? I mean, obviously at this point, Horizon 3 might not come out until towards the end of the PS5 generation at this point. But hey, needless to say, it's going to blow the top off the lid. All right. So yeah, guys, we did cover something else here that I wanted to kind of shed as well. And we're really starting to see insane value for PlayStation gamers. And that, my friends, is PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. Now, you guys are going to be like, wow, maybe I might sign up, because some of these games are $70, right? And granted, some of them were already free as is, but we want to talk about this list. I want to see the chat reaction once I pull this up on stream. So, as you guys can see, I'm about to go ahead and transition for you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button for me, hit the share button, all that good stuff. Let's transition. And wow. So Sony just, now this is coming from Zuby Tech. Full credit goes to him for typing this up. But wow, what do you guys think about the value for this month? It seems as though that Sony is really crushing it when it comes to more value for PlayStation Plus subscribers. Over 22 games right now. Between PlayStation Plus Premium and PlayStation Plus Extra. And look at all the games. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is a PS5 only game. And this game is obviously $70 and everything. And people are still trying to get their hands on this one. But what do you guys think about all this stuff? Like, there's a lot of games here to dive into. And to look at. And man, Dishonored 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Tomb Raider, I think Tomb Raider 2013 there, Humanity, we have Watch Dogs, Legions, and then we have also Siphon Filter, Logan's Shadow, Blade Dancer. We have Pursuit Force, Ghostbusters, the video game. That's for PlayStation Plus Premium Classic. And then this is for PlayStation Plus Game Catalog Extra and Premium. So definitely insane amount of lineup of games. And it just goes to show you that Sony is really starting to turn up the heat now with their subscription service. And yeah, so tons of stuff there to kind of look at. Some of you guys might be, you know, looking at this and be like, yo, maybe I might give PlayStation Plus Extra a shot and just to try out some of these games and such. So let me know y'all thoughts. Yeah, it's definitely a lot. 22 to be exact. All right. Yeah. Did you guys enjoy the main part of the show? Hey, I know I did. Let's see if we could get some fire emotes. Let's see if we can get some fire emotes in the chat. If your boy did great today, thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support, man. If you're brand new to the channel and you do like what we do here and you do like our style, our flavor, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and turn on that post notification bell. Crush it with the likes, guys, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm blown away right now with the support on the channel as of late, man. We are crushing it with the likes. Man, I've never gotten 500 likes. Maybe, never had 500 likes on the show, and we are crushing it. We at 505 episode of the show now, and we've been going crazy with the likes. So please, guys, continue to share the streams, hit the like button, all that good stuff. I can't stress it enough. Let's see if we can crush 400 likes on today's show. Q&A time. Holy freaking cow, man. Sony going crazy. Oh, man. All right. Q&A time, man. Sony is... I want to know what is going through you guys' heads right now, like in terms of the PS5 and Sony showing off new hardware at this particular showcase. Obviously, the discless PS5 Slim, the PlayStation handheld console, the remote play console, well, handheld console, the earbuds. Man, it's so much stuff on this PS5 showcase. Like, obviously, more PSVR 2 games to be shown. Man, it's crazy. It is literally crazy right now. Like, it is so much stuff. Tron, God bless, fam. Oh yeah, we need Killzone, bro. How bad do you need Killzone? How bad? You know what? Let's do this. How bad do you need Killzone? Really bad? I'm gonna mess with y'all today. Really bad? Not really? I love you guys, man. Not really? I'ma mess with y'all today. Shout outs to First Lady in the house. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the share button for your boy, man. Let's get it, man. We out here. How bad do you really need it? How bad do you really need it? Yeah. No Wolverine game news. That sucks. Oh, man. Hopefully, we see it in the PS5 showcase. I mean, we'll see. Is it like a crack addict? Bad? Hey, I feel you. T96, I feel you, bro. It says new MK12 teaser got released an hour. I'm telling you, bro. Clock is ticking. Clock is ticking. Clock is ticking. Clock is ticking. I'm telling you. I said, Marlon, what if Killzone is on Horizon? Bro, Killzone. Bro, they show Killzone, bro. I'm going to lose it. I'm literally going to lose it. Because right now is the time to do it. Right now is the time to do it. What? Dog, I showed you guys that Killzone 3 footage. I showed y'all the Killzone 3 footage. And that was PS3. And we see all the destruction and everything that was actually happening on screen. All the debris that, bro, can you imagine that on PS5 only? Oh my God, man. 4K 60, dynamic 4K 120. What? Bro, I would lose my mind. Bro, I was losing my mind playing Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores. I was losing my mind playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart from start to finish. Like, bro, this is crazy. Like, I don't even know. I really don't even know. He said, look at this. Yo, I can't with you. I can't with you, bro. You funny. He said, Marlon, my fingers are crossed. The EU says no to Microsoft because they don't deserve it. They have done nothing. No games to a big fat L, my G. Bro, at this point, man, supposedly we're going to see what happens next week. So I don't know, man. At this point, like, I'm just like, bro, I need Microsoft to shift things and shift things to the games. You know what I mean? The games, man. Leave that ABK deal on the back burner and push forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It says great. More companies, more Xbots to mismanage. Bro, my whole thing is this. If Microsoft cannot manage, what's good though, Ray? If Microsoft cannot manage the studios that they got right now, and you're gonna tack on Activision, right? And you can't even manage Bethesda. I can't. But hey, what do I know? But hey, what do I know? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, be my guest. Do what you do. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy at this point. Like, but hey, let them go through with the deal. Do what they want to do with the deal. I mean, I just don't get it, man. And some people, it's like they're okay with that. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, just pile on more studios. Pile on more freaking studios. You know what I mean? Pile on more freaking studios. Just pile more on, right? Just spend more money, more money. You know what they say? More money, more problems. More money, more freaking problems, right? At this point, more money, more problems. Yeah. We can't even manage what we got right now, but we're gonna add more. Come on, man. It said this guy in the chat said, good or bad, that's why Phil gave you Redfall. It says Xbox is pure trash. Sorry, I'm snitching. Says that at this point, bots are like fly to Sony elephant. Let's see here. It says, yeah, Wilson says, yes, Killzone is an industry of shooting games. Just imagine Battle Royale of crossover multi. Oh, man, it'll be crazy, bro. I mean, it is crazy. This is, man, at least the spec right if you going to, let me see here. If you're going to mention the PS5 is 10.3 teraflops, at least the teraflops are being used. 99 problems and Redfall is not one of them. Yeah, because it's irrelevant. That's why. It ain't gonna be a problem because it's irrelevant. Nobody is talking about that game now. Hey, what's up, man? He says, Marlon, did you talk about Starfield and the microtransaction? We talked about it briefly, but they said that's from the Creation Club and this and that. Like I said, I want to just see the game at this point. Like, I want to see a full blueprint of the game. How is the microtransactions going to lay out or whatever? Because most people are saying, oh, it's in the Creation Club, this and that, blah, blah, blah. That's nothing new. And people are blowing stuff out of proportion. But I just want to see the game at this point and how they're going to structure all of this stuff, because it's just mind blowing to me, dog. Like, for real. Like, it's just, I don't know, bro. I freaking don't know what to tell you guys at this point. Microsoft, like I said, they need a facelift. They need a facelift at this point. Microsoft, go hold the line. They need a facelift at this point. Like, honestly, GTA 6 might be PS5 PC exclusive if the Series S can't run it. Yo! Some water. You. Delusion. It says, who would buy a PS5 over a PS4? Huh. It says, when is the PlayStation Xbox event? Well, the PlayStation event is rumored to be the 25th week of this month. So it could be happening early, apparently, according to Jeff Grubb. And Xbox is like already confirmed to be June 11th. So you're having a Starfield showcase right after the main show. And then you have the main show first. Yes, Larry K, I did talk about that at the beginning of the show. Mick Sean with the $5. Yo, thank you so much for the love, man. Says, did you see that Mortal Kombat 12 teaser? It was just released today for Mortal Kombat Adam. Yep, it's happening, man. It's happening. At this point, we'll see, because it's rumored to be in the PS5 showcase at this point. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. He said, what the F? He said, Starfield look like NFT. Let's see here. Let's see here. Says, what's the name of this beat? Click Clack. Click Clack. By Gustav Joba. Said T-flops isn't a complete measure of power. Well, obviously. It says if PS5 is using all of their teraflops, then that's pretty sad, because that means we haven't seen their best already. Well, the best is yet to come. It says Series X needs 60 FPS in all games. For example, Hellblade 2 gameplay rendered at 4K 60 Hertz, 60 FPS on Series X. That's all they need. That's true. No excuse at this point. Dog, I'm telling you this right now. If they show Hellblade 2, right, and it is not at 60 FPS, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. I really don't know what to tell y'all. Because that would be insane. Larry K, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. God bless for the blessing. Yes, appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the support, man. I appreciate it. Says Marlon, I want to see at this Microsoft showcase in June running on Xbox consoles, not on PC. Facts, Ice Queen, facts. Honestly, that's what every Xbox fan have been saying. Like, they've been trying to hold Microsoft accountable and basically saying, listen, bro, like, you got to bring the games, bro. You got to bring the games. You know what I mean? And make sure that the games are running on Series X. It's not that hard. If Sony can do it, you can do it. So that's kind of like where I'm at with that. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the stream, guys. Crush the likes. Also, make sure you subscribe to this goodness. If you do enjoy what we do here, turn on that post notification bell. We're taking Q&A questions right now. It says if Hellblade looks as good as it did in 2021, it does what? It does not need 60 FPS. Bruh. Moon. Peter, thank you so much. God bless. Are you crazy? You can't be serious. Moon landing, you can't be serious. So you're telling me if Hellblade 2 look as good as it did back in 2021, you're okay with the game being at 30 FPS? There's no way, bro. I'm sorry. Nope. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. No, sir. No freaking sir. If you can't give me one of the best looking games at 60 FPS on Xbox, you can keep it. You could keep it, bro. I mean, for real though, like, yo, Don, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate that. Yo, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like, bro, no, sir. No, sir. And you see, this is, make sure you guys hit the notification bell on all. If you're just now subscribing, turn on that post notification bell on all. Like, that's the problem though, guys, is that there's and maybe he's trolling, but he said he's serious, right? That's a problem. Is that a lot of Xbox fans are willing to settle for 30 FPS. No, stop settling. Demand more. Not when that box over there can do way more than 30. Bro, this is not 10 years ago hardware. This is not the Xbox One generation. What we need to sit there and settle for 30. Are we serious right now? 30. So as long as Hellblade 2 looked as good as it did back in 2021, you're okay. You're okay with 30 FPS. That's why Microsoft loves you guys. You know what I mean? Because you guys will defend every single thing they do to the end of the... No, sir. That's unacceptable. Hellblade 2 launch Hellblade 2 at 30 FPS if you want to and see what happens. See what happens, right? We've seen what's going on with Redfall right now, dropping apparently in single digits sometimes, right? No, sir. No, sir. There is no way that Hellblade 2 is going to be using up so much power and capabilities of Series X that it can't do 60 FPS. There's no way. There's no way, bro. 60 FPS is all the way for 2023. And ever since when we pre-ordered these consoles and we sign up for PS5 and Series X, 60 FPS is what we graduated to. Not 30. Are you insane? No, sir. No, sir. But, you know, to each his own. To each his own. You know what I mean? That's your opinion. And, you know, it is what it is. But that's a no-go for me. And so hold on. Let me ask you this question. There's no hope. I got you, bro. Let me ask you this question. So if you're willing to accept, Hellblade 2, right? If you're willing to accept Hellblade 2 at 30, will you accept Starfield at 30 FPS? A massive open world game, right? But there's so much stuff apparently going to be going on, right? On these different planets. So you're telling me that you're willing to accept, if you're going to accept Hellblade, you might as well accept Starfield at 30. No, sir. I will not play Starfield at 30 FPS. It's not going to happen. Are you insane? No, sir. Let's get to the homie. There's no hope for you. Says if the Xbox fanboys are content with 30 FPS, they might as well just stuck with the Xbox One. I am not trying to hear that. Facts. Yeah, go back to the Xbox One generation. Facts. Matter of fact, go get you an Xbox One X right now. You probably can get an Xbox One X for $200. Cheaper than the Series S, right? Go back to One X. I mean, you're going to be miserable without quick resume and faster loading times. You know what I mean? Little to no loading times or whatever. And you're going to miss out on the velocity architecture, but that's all right, right? I mean, if you want to take 30 FPS, go to the One X. Go to the One X and still play your Xbox games on the One X. 30 FPS is really standard definition, 360p. It's sad, man. It's sad, but there's no way, bro. There's no way. I'm not accepting that. He says, I would have to see it first. I can't say I wouldn't. I play a lot of games in 4K 30 because of the graphics. Okay, well, okay. So so your main thing, which is fine. I mean, everybody is different. Your main thing is you care about graphics, right? Over performance. over FPS. And that's fine if you're that type of gamer. Some people are like that, where they don't care about how smooth the game runs, right? They just care about, hey, performance is out the window. We just care about quality. We want the best looking. We want to see the best looking version of the game. So I'm going to play it at 4K 30. No, sir. No, sir. I needs that 60, bro. It's almost religious for me. Go into settings, change it to performance. I can't do the 30 FPS, bro. I can't. I cannot. Like, it's almost as if like it's second nature. Like, no, sir. So Marlon, did you hear that Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is bringing back actual traditional dungeons? Yeah, I heard about that. I was like, wow. A lot of people are like blown away by that. That game is going to be massive. Like I said, that game right there is probably going to get Game of the Year. There's no doubt about it. It says no game look as good as Hellblade 2 Game Awards spot. If that was real, 30 FPS is okay there. Okay. Okay. All right. So it's settled then. Hold on. So it's settled. It's settled, right? So do a poll. Shut your mouth, Marlon. Do a poll. Do a poll, Marlon. Do a poll. Ray said 30 FPS give me headaches. Let me ask y'all this. Will you accept Hellblade 2 at 30 FPS at launch? Oh, this is funny to me, bruh. No, sir. No, sir. Big no for me. No, sir. It says, I care more about how the game looks. I never said I don't care about performance. Why do you keep straw? Well, no. You said that you care more about graphics. And if you care more about graphics, a lot of games, that's the quality mode, right? The quality mode is if you care about graphics and you don't care about FPS. So that's why I said what I said. So if that's the type of person that you are, then hey. It says 4K TV rendered only 60 FPS up to 120 FPS, 120 hertz resolution. But Dolby Vision, high scale, 10,000 nits resolution or performance. Man, this is crazy. No, sir. Y'all listen. Hellblade 2 looks crazy, bro. But I'm not going to be crazy out of my mind to play that game at 30 FPS. No, sir. It says, heck no, especially if it wasn't 30 FPS when they first showed it. Exactly. That was clearly 60 FPS when they first showed it. I don't know, but hey, you know what? Bro, you know how crazy that sounds? I wonder if, bro, we haven't evolved. Like, we haven't really evolved. It's like we're willing to accept. Why are we doing? Let me ask a real reality question. Why are we willing to accept 30 FPS so bad? Bro, do you know how old that is? Bro, 30 FPS is a thing of the past for consoles. That's like 10 years ago, 7 years ago. You know what I mean? For consoles, like 15 years ago. What? Why are we going backwards? Why are we going backwards? Why can't we just move forward and demand better? Say, you know what? 60 FPS or nothing. Man, that's crazy to me, man. I just don't freaking get it. I don't freaking get it, bro. I don't. Like, that's just backwards, man. Like a backwards way of thinking. Like, oh yeah. We're okay with accepting 30 FPS. Why? When this generation has been given us, graphic modes, quality, performance, balance, whatever. Why is it that we're just selling just for 30? Why? That's stupid. That's so stupid to me. Why are we going backwards? That's backwards way of thinking. No. Why are we doing that? Makes no sense. Sam King says, hey, Marlon, what do you... Oh, Armored Core looks insane. I saw it, the gameplay trailer. Man, that game looks insane, bro. Brings back a lot of memories. Says people be holding technology back from... Ah, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know why people are just going backwards. This is Marlon. I don't own an Xbox, never will. But when it comes to FPS, it has to be 60 FPS minimum. You can keep that 30 FPS. It's facts. Facts, bro. What's up, Jay's channel? What's up, man? How you doing? It says, I play my games 30 FPS a lot and 60 FPS second playthrough. It's good to have options. Yeah, it's good, but to sit there and just say 30 FPS is okay, only okay. Like, I'm just going to play this next generation game at 30 and that's fine. Like, no. And the crazy part is these games aren't even locked at 30. They're dropping below 30. That's the crazy. Mew, what's up? That's the freaking crazy part. Yo, Jazz Gaming, what's up, fam? I haven't seen you in a minute. Like, I don't understand. It's like we're okay with if you have options, fine. Then you can play at whatever resolution and whatever FPS you want. But if the option is not there and you're saying if Microsoft drops Starfield at 30 FPS, I'm okay with that. That's insane, bro. That is insane. That is really insane. Options, fine. But you can play the game at 30 FPS if you want, right? Because there's a 60 FPS option there. But if there's no 60 FPS option and you're just saying I'm okay with 30 FPS, well, that's on you then. But that's insane, bro. That's insane. I don't get it. It says I have been looking for a reason to own a Series X. I am still waiting. Oh my God. That's a darn shame. 30 FPS gaming in 2023. You got to be out of your mind. Says, I think Neo was one of the first games to offer performance and graphics mode. I mean, I don't quite remember, but maybe not. It said PS5 Pro next year. Base PS5 is too weak. No 4K 60. Base PS5 is too weak. When they have been giving us options from their first party games. Okay. Says, Marlon, what is Xbox going to have for their showcase? Well, I'll tell you what they're going to have, right? The obvious stuff, Stalker 2, Forza Motorsport. What else? Starfield, Starfield is going to have its own separate showcase. Hellblade 2 is heavily rumored to be there. I just don't think we're going to get to see Perfect Dark. I don't think we're going to get to see Avowed and Everwild and games like that. Fable, that would be insane to see Fable. Knowing how talented Playground Games are, I feel like Fable would be groundbreaking. Let me say this right now. If Microsoft really wants to really bring the fight, bro, show Fable running on Series X. I mean, you don't have to show us no whole bunch of gameplay. Just show us a minute. Just give us 1 minute. I'm willing to accept 1 minute of Fable. 1 minute of Fable. And at the bottom it says Series X. You know, whether it's showing off the environment or showing off the combat or showing off graphics, just give me 1 minute of each of these games that you have in development. 1 minute and I'll be happy. I'll be a happy man. 1 minute. That's all I'm asking for. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. That's it. It's not hard. Give me 1 minute. Just give me a taste. Give everybody a reason to feel happy about their Series X. Right? Perfect Dark. Just give me a minute. Let me see Joanna. Like just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. That's all we're asking for. We're not trying to be greedy. You see what I'm saying? Like none of us is in here acting greedy. I mean, same thing for GTA 6. What if GTA 6 is at the PS5 showcase? Right? And they show off GTA 6. It's probably going to be a quick minute or so. And everybody will go crazy. Even if it's 30 seconds, people will go crazy. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it don't take that long to get people hype and excited. This is what we want. Show us a new Killer Instinct game. 2 minutes. Something. Hello. Man, it's bro, just give us a minute. That's all we're asking for. Avowed, same thing. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, a minute, tops. We're okay. Why can't you do that? Oh, man. So you're okay with me playing 30 FPS as long as there is an option for you to... No, but that's because you have a preference of playing at 30 FPS. So there you go, right? But what I'm saying is do not just accept 30 FPS. Fight for options for our games. That's all I'm saying. Like, you can play at 30 FPS. I'm not playing at 30 FPS. Like, I cannot play a game from start to finish on these newer gen consoles at 30 FPS. I just can't do it. I can't. I will not accept that. I cannot. He said there's no way that GTA 6 will be at the showcase. I don't think it's going to be there. I'm 100% standing firm on that. But there are the wild card possibilities. But I'm just saying, even if we see if it's not at the PS5 showcase and Rockstar comes out and just drop GTA 6 information or drop a trailer and it's 30 seconds or a minute long, the internet will break. Just goes to show you that all you got to do is show something. Show something. That's it. Just show something. They said 30 FPS is nonsense. It is. It really is. I mean, that 30 FPS is last generation. But all I was saying was like, bro, if you're willing to accept 30 FPS, at least fight for our options for our games. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a 30 FPS gamer, fight for the option. Don't just settle for 30. Say, hey, you know what? I'm a 30 FPS guy, but I would love 60 as well. I would prefer 60 as well. Like, fight for that. Don't just settle for 30, bro, or else every single game moving forward, if we keep supporting it, it's going to be at 30. No, sir. No, sir. He said that 30, it says the Plague Tale Requiem got a 60 FPS patch. Yeah, I talked about it at the early part of the show. And it's only Series X and PS5, no S. See? There you go. It says, I have a question for you. Do you think that Armored Core will get Game of the Year? Bro, not with Zelda, Final Fantasy 16, Starfield, all these other games coming out. Spider-Man 2, I just don't see it happening. I mean, Armored Core is a legendary franchise, but I just don't see it happening. It said 30 FPS looks choppy AD on a OLED screen. He said 30 FPS is a disgrace for new gen consoles. Facts beyond deception. Facts. All facts. All facts. Let me ask y'all this. Would y'all want to play GTA 6 at 30? If Rockstar Games come out and be like, listen, here is Grand Theft Auto 6, but here's the catch. It's only going to be 30 FPS on PS5 and Series X. And there's a huge potential that it's going to drop below 30. It's not locked at 30. You mad? Are you mad? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Keep your GTA 6. No, sir. I would not be playing GTA 6 at no 30. No, sir. Not happening. Look at the chat. Heck no. No, sir. Nobody in their right mind is going to sit there and play GTA 6 at 30 FPS. It's just not going to happen. You need that performance option. You need that. That is vital and critical. Doesn't matter if it's an open world game. Doesn't matter if it's a linear game, semi-open world, whatever the case may be. You need 60 FPS. That is the standard. What did Aaron Greenberg said? Are we sitting here forgetting what Aaron Greenberg said? Oh, yeah, 60 FPS is the standard, right? But it's up to the developers. Like, are we serious? Sorry. Are we serious? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 60 or nothing. Absolutely not. My man said bumbo. Absolutely not. No. You can keep your GTA 6. If you're going to tell me that GTA 6 is okay at 30, you're insane. I respect your opinion, but you're still insane. You're still insane. Like, there's no way I'm going to accept that. Are you crazy in your brains? Nah. That's like me saying, yeah, Activision. Yeah, Call of Duty 2023, 30 FPS only. What? No, sir. Thank you, Ray. No, sir. 60 or nothing. I'm standing firm on it. 60 or nothing. I mean, look at the chat. Everybody said no. Everybody said no. So I should fight for options that benefit you? No, that's not what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying, bro? You see, this is insane, right? This is literally insane. So you are telling me, so I should fight for options that benefit, no, not benefit me, benefit you. So you're moon landing. Basically, you're telling me that you're a 30 FPS gamer. If you're a 30 FPS gamer, that's fine. That's just you. But the majority that's in here is willing to fight for a 60 FPS option. I don't understand, how is it that we can let these companies get away with highway robbery? Because that's highway robbery at we playing these games at 30 FPS when we pay $500 to graduate from 30 to 60. I'm not understanding. That's robbery. What? No. Why are we settling? Man, yo, that's like me saying Call of Duty 2023 needs to be 30 FPS. I'm okay with 30. If we're just accepting games at 30 FPS, we might as well just quit this generation altogether. Seriously. Like, when are we going to get to 60? When are we going to get to 60? You can't tell me that PS5 and Series X cannot do 60 FPS. That's a lie from the pits of hell. Yeah, you might be able to sacrifice resolution. What's up, Peter Apples? Shout outs. Thank you for the 24 months. Like, you cannot sit here and tell me that that's okay. That, like, nah, you're crazy, man. You're crazy. You have gone mad. You have literally gone mad. There's no way. There's no way. Like, I'm not willing to accept that. I'm not willing to accept that. Like, that's insane to me. That's insane. Unacceptable. 30 FPS is unacceptable across the board. There's no way. He says, I don't think the Xbox exclusives will come in at 30 FPS. Phil Spencer was clear in the interview. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all trust everything that Phil Spencer said in this interview? Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask everybody in the stream. Make sure y'all like the stream, share the stream, subscribe if you're brand new. Do you guys believe everything that Phil Spencer said in the interview? Oh my God, bro. Really? Really? No, sir. The amount of apologies that we have heard from Phil Spencer, right? Oh, wait till this time. Wait till that time. Oh, the games are coming. Oh, this, oh, that, right? Remember all that, right? But no, sir. No, sir. I don't believe nothing he's saying. I don't believe nothing nothing at all. Nothing he said in that interview, I believe. No, sir. No, sir. Y'all can believe that if you want to. I believe it when I see it. All right? I believe it. If Starfield is going to be at 60 FPS at launch, we will see. Right? If Hellblade is going to, if every single Microsoft first party game going to be 60 FPS moving forward, we will see. Because evidently they don't care. Right? Evidently, what a disgrace. They're the biggest disgrace right now. Microsoft is the biggest disgrace to gaming right now, besides Game Pass, right? Everybody can say, yeah, Game Pass is the best value in gaming. Okay. But to launch a next generation only game, right, at 60 Metacritic score, at 60 Metacritic, and it's below 60 at this point, right? And not only that, 30 FPS. And the game looks horrible. What? No, sir. You must be out your freaking mind. It says, what other CEO keeps it trill like me? It says, Jim Ryan said, that's terrible. Yeah, it is. It's very terrible. At 60 Metacritic score. No, sir. Says, to be honest, all I can say is if the game's not 60, I am done. That's it. That's it. We should not, bro, we should not be accepting mediocre experiences. We should not, especially first party, unacceptable. Unacceptable. What up, Sean? What's good, fam? Unacceptable. Are we? Nah, bruh. Nah, we can't be that crazy, bruh. It says Xbox has moved to PC first company. It says I expect some games will have crazy visuals like Hellblade because they don't care about console. They don't. Thank you. And this is, people was coming after me. When we was talking about the interview and we was talking about Phil saying building great games will not turn things around for Xbox and blah, blah, blah. Expect more games in the 60s. Expect more games in the 80s. We want to stay in the 80s, not in the 60s. But thank you. They don't care about consoles. When old boy asked him, you know, hey, we know that you're focusing more on PC and Game Pass and stuff like that. But what about the console gamer? And the response that he gave, it was just like, it's kind of like an afterthought. What? No, sir. Microsoft don't care about the console gamer. They don't, because they know that you can play anywhere, right? You can play on your TV. You can play on your phone. You can play on your tablet. You can play whatever. You can do whatever you want to do, right? So they don't freaking care. At the end of the day, they don't care. This is the reason why, okay, people was bringing up the fact that, oh, Unreal Engine 4 is showing its age. And they were having issues with Unreal Engine 4. Okay, look at that game, Cross Odyssey, right? Was it called Cross Odyssey, that MMO new RPG? That's Unreal Engine 4. Struggling? Really? And that's at 60 FPS. A little game by the name of, what was that game called again? Let's see, Callisto Protocol. But Unreal Engine 4 is garbage. And yeah, all type of excuses. Like Xbox gets the excuse, right? But if this was Sony, you know what's crazy, guys? If this was Sony, oh my, people will still be talking about it right now. People will be slandering PlayStation left and right. Left and freaking right. They'll be slandering PlayStation. What? Man. See, told you the PS5 is garbage. See, I told you this. I told you that. Yeah, you wouldn't hear the end of it if this was PlayStation. But no, man, basically come out and say, listen, bro, we need to do a better job in managing these studios midway through production or early in production. That should be automatic. What? Man, listen, bro. There's no way, bro. There is. It is sad, bro. It is sad. I can't believe we're actually doing this. I can't. We're accepting from a $1 trillion company mediocrity at its finest. We are accepting 30 FPS. You must be crazy in your brains. And here's the thing. $70. $70 freaking dollars, right? Last generation, we were paying $60 for 30 FPS. You see how backwards we are? Last generation, we were paying $60 for 30 FPS. What's the whole point in paying $10 more? What, just for better graphics and not higher FPS? Makes no sense. Make that make sense. I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm done. It says there must be a reason they keep Phil on the chair. Do you know? Man, I don't know. I don't know. Eventually, he's probably going to get replaced, but we'll see. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Here you go, Rich. It says, I don't know. The Game Awards, they could win the Armored Core 6, bro. He says, I say that because every time From Software. That is true. That is true. He said Redfall graphics were 360. Yeah, exactly. Bad. I mean, 360 graphics, bro. Looking garbage. Like, but literally garbage. Like, seriously. Garbage. You know what I'm saying? Garbage. Oh, yeah. For sure, Nighthawk. For sure. Garbage. Like, I kid you not, bro. Like, it's insane to me. It's insane. We're paying $70 for 10 years ago performance. He said Redfall graphics look like Stadia. Oh, man. Make sure you guys smash up the like button. Smash up the like button for me, guys. See if we get 400 likes on the show. And also, make sure you subscribe to the channel to get some of this goodness. Turn on that post notification bell. Let's get it popping. This is an insult to 360 facts. I mean, Redfall looks terrible, bro. Redfall looks terrible. He said, hey, DualShockers gave Redfall 8.5. Hey, yo. What was that? What was that? Savior or Stavier or whatever their name is. They were blacklisted by Sony, right? And I think they gave Horizon Forbidden West a 6 out of 10, or I forgot, but they gave Redfall a higher score. You see how biased the industry is, bro? Doesn't matter who you get the game from. In that NDA form, they tell you, be honest with your opinions. Be honest with your opinion, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to sit there and lie because you're getting a free game. Why sit there and lie because I'm getting a free game, so I'm gonna continue to lie. You don't have to freaking lie, bro. Stop freaking lying. What the freak, man? It must be troll. Must be troll. Hugh. Must be troll. Because that game is not an 8.5. I'm sorry. That game is not an 8.5. No, sir. You look at Redfall gameplay wise, you look at the gameplay and you're telling me that's an 8.5. Well, that's your opinion. That's why I say you can't make sensible purchase decisions based off of anything that they say. You know what I'm saying? You can't offer reviews. You can't. This is why you don't listen to reviews. You don't. 8.5, really? No, sir. On the world's most powerful freaking console at 30 FPS. No, sir. No, sir. Looking like 360 washed out freaking graphics. There are games that runs on Unreal Engine 4 that looks way better than Redfall. No excuse. I see people making excuse for Redfall. Please don't. That game is an abomination to gaming. That game should have never, ever see the light of day. That game should have been scrapped. Looking like that? Are you crazy? Xbot 30 FPS King says Redfall is horrible, really. And you're an Xbox fan and you're saying that. Garbage. Trash. Art is subjective. Exactly. It is. But, I mean, majority of people are looking at that game, the graphics, the environment, the level design, the sound being even delayed, like maybe 1 to 3 enemies on screen. What? It makes no sense, bro. It makes no freaking sense. Redfall scored lower than Saints Row Reboot. Oh, wow. Ouch. Ouch. It says, hey, admit, Marlon, now if Redfall was a new IP that came out in 2006 or 2007, y'all would be excited. See, 2006, back then, but still, I don't know, man. Maybe my eyes is just like trained to look at stuff that looks way better. I don't know. Possibly, yes. People would accept it. You know what I mean? I think it would be more acceptable way back then. But even way back then, games look way better on 360 than this garbage. That's the crazy part. There are games that was released on Xbox 360 and PS3 that looks night and day better than Redfall at 30 FPS. That's the insane part. 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So, Marlon, the original Xbox rendered first 30 FPS resolution, to 720p resolution, gaming and 360 era, basically rendered 1080p 30 resolution, managed well until the Red Ring of Death. Man, this is insane, bro. Like, I can't, bro. It says a 12 teraflop box, but 30 FPS games. Exactly. Man. Marlon, you are the man. Thanks for the show. Keep up the good work. My man, Titan. We out here, baby. Let's get it popping. Thank you so much. It says, speaking of Saints Row, I read that they were doing a cyberpunk-like makeover to make it better. Yeah. And also they're going to be dropping some type of DLC or something like that. But 8.5 out of 100. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see, Alex. That'll be on Twitch if I do it. Xbox was always good making their hardware support. Many video formats, they just can't make games. They can't make games. I mean, at this point, they can't. I mean, Phil just came out. I mean, do I need to play that interview back again? I mean, that man is literally sounding defeated, bro. Like, it's like, where is the hype? Like, where is the inspiration? Where's the innovation? Like, where is the future of Xbox? Like, I just don't get it, man. Oh yeah, we need to do a better job in managing our studios. You think? You think? You guys suck at making games. Oh my goodness, it's sad. Where's the passion, bro? Like, where's the drive? Where's the dedication? Like, I don't understand. Like, where's the soul into these games that you're making? You know what I'm saying? You're making these soulless games, lackluster freaking games. And you heard what Phil said. Like, we're going to keep on making games at 60, right? That's going to score at 60 on the Metacritic score. What? Can you imagine Hellblade? No, I'm not saying even Hellblade. Let me try to pick a, say a game like Avowed comes out and it gets 60 on Metacritic. Oh my God, dude. You think I'm gonna waste my time? If the game scores 60 and then I look at the gameplay and it's still looking like generically close to what Redfall has given us, no, I would not be playing it. I would not be touching it. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. Somebody should take Phil's job. Man, it's a lot of stress, man. But at the same time, you're in the high chair, man. You just gotta, come on, man. Keep your foot on the gas. You know, like, it's just, I don't know, man. Xbox ain't like they used to be, bro. Xbox is just not like what they used to be back in the 360 generation. The 360 generation was where it was just like at its best. Now it's just, I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. It's almost as if like Phil is like a deer in the headlight. It's almost as if like they don't have no direction, bro. No direction whatsoever. It's just like the Series X and the S is just existing. Game Pass is just a service. It's just existing. Kick? Yeah, I'm going to look into doing that. I've been hearing some good stuff about it. Says, I hope Bloodborne gets brought. You know what? You know, Sony, they own the IP, so we'll see what happens with that. I said, Marlon, did you see the MK? Yeah, everybody's been talking about it. Yes, I've seen it. The Xbox T-flops have flopped. Man, it's crazy at this point, guys. It's insane, man. But yeah, I tell you one thing, man. I am so hype. I am so hyped for this PS5 showcase. Like, I mean, at this point, I can't wait for this PS5 showcase, man. I cannot wait for this PS5 show. This PS5 showcase is going to be crazy. Zelda in 2 days. I know. I'm telling you, this PS5 showcase, I can't wait to see Spider-Man 2, man. I can't wait to see the future of PlayStation. Like, because at this point, I have zero faith in Xbox at this point. Zero faith. Zero faith. It says, I want to get a Series X, but there's nothing to play. There's nothing for me to play. I feel you, Ray. I feel you. There's nothing. It says, might sound silly, but I wonder if Redfall was open AI test, especially with the way it looks. Man, it's in early beta. It's in early, what's it called? Early access. It's an early access game that they released. It's an early access game they released. Like, for real. Oh, yeah. Here is Redfall, guys. Here is Redfall. and it's an early access game, but we're going to put it behind a paywall. We're going to put it behind Game Pass, and we're going to charge $70 for an early access game. That game clearly was not in the state of release. And I felt like they just rushed the game. Like, they just like, you know what? We don't care at this point. We just need something out there. After what, 18 months of delays and 0 first-party games, this is how you hit? They should be ashamed of themselves. Like, for real. Like, seriously, should be ashamed of themselves. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? Man, Microsoft, they got to bring it, bro. They have to bring it. Yeah, Super Titan. I will be looking into that. They have to freaking bring it, bro. I'm telling you, if they don't bring it, bro, we got issues. Microsoft will not have my wallet. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. You have all right to say that. You have all the rights in the world to say that. I mean, for real, at this point, like, you have all right to say that. Until they show you otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Until they show you otherwise. Because don't tell me you're going to buy a Series X or a S for Game Pass when you have your TV back here. I mean, you got PC. Most of you guys already have a good PC. Some of y'all already got y'all phones. Like, come on, bro. Like, for real though? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, Devontae Williams says Team Blue all day. You have your reasons, man. It says PC Game Pass is good. Don't ever buy the console. Exactly. I mean, Phil even said it himself. Like, yeah, we're seeing a lot of love on PC, and especially with PC Game Pass, and they're making that even stronger than ever. And then, I mean, we got the report saying that there's what, 15 million subscribers on Game Pass on PC, and there's 10 million on 10 plus million on consoles. That tells you everything that you need to know right there. And people are just not buying series consoles for a reason. Like, it just sucks, man. It says, I have an 8K TV. I want the PS5 Pro. I know a lot of you guys are going to buy the PS5 Pro once it's dropped. Oh, no, I'm not going to waste our time watching that right now. There's no point. There's no point. Alex, there's no point. It says, you can catch me riding dirty. Man. It says, let's see here. It says, build a supercomputer PC with Game Pass. There you go. And enjoy that. Have a ball. Have a ball at it. Have a ball at it. What a shame. What a freaking shame. That's why you see a lot of people saying Microsoft need to get out of the console market. Get out the console market altogether, because you're not giving people a reason to be happy with the Xbox console. I'm telling you guys, once we see this PS5 showcase, oh my God, thunders are going to roll. You see what I'm saying? Lightning and thunder is going to strike, and it's going to be stormy outside when we get that PS5 showcase, because Sony's going to warm our hearts with these games, bro. That has been in development 3-4 years ago, maybe even up to 5 years ago. We're going to see on PS5, and the best is yet to come. Greatness definitely awaits. So this game show is going to be wild. Let's go. I'm telling you, bro. Yo, Infamous Kid, thank you so much for the $5. Imagine seeing a console with Final Fantasy 16, 7R Part 2, Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, Silent Hill 2, etc., and going, nah, I want an Xbox instead. Yeah, you would be out of your mind to sit there and be like, nah, I want an Xbox instead. For what? For it to sit there and gather dust? I mean, let's be honest. For it to sit there and gather dust? No, not at this point. Says, I used to love Xbox before they shoved too much Microsoft into it. Hey, I hear you. Say, hey, Marlon, PS5 showcase is going to be fire. Oh, my God. It's going to be insane. Says, be careful what you ask for, Marlon. No Xbox and PS has no competition. They will be allowed to do whatever they want. Well, right now, I mean, at this point, they ain't got no competition. So right now, Sony can do whatever they want in the console space, because Microsoft is not competing on that level like they should. So right now, I mean, they removed their presence altogether. I mean, it's not going to be a surprise. I mean, Sony's looking at them as like, man, y'all ain't no competition right now. Like, once we drop this PS5 showcase, y'all going to be struggling to keep up with what we show. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, there's no point. There's really no point. It says, I don't know, bro. He says, I got to be honest. I'm excited for PlayStation Showcase, but I feel Sony abandoned us. Well, it's been a while. It's been a while, bro. It's been a long while before we got to this point where it's like, you know, we haven't seen much of anything from their first party studios. We need to see what's next. We need to see phase 2 of the future of gaming. Like we need to see all this stuff, right? And so this is like the longest that they have ever went. So I'm telling you, they're going to drop, and they're going to drop big. This stream gets a 3 out of 10. Too much Xbox no games. Yo, shout outs to Big Cloud. What's good, fam? What's good? What's up? What's up, man? Man, that's funny. That's funny, Ryan, because I don't know, man. People sit, man, you just come in on the tail end, man. Like, people out here defending, literally defending 30 FPS. Like, I don't understand, bro. Hellblade, yeah, I'm okay with Hellblade being at 30. Okay, so if you're willing to accept Hellblade at 30, then you're willing to accept Starfield at 30 FPS. Nah, bro, get that out of here, man. There's no way, bro. There's no way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, if you can't really like give us this Xbox showcase and blow us away and make sure that 60 FPS is standard across the board like Aaron Greenberg promised at the beginning of the generation, then we don't need it. Says, yo, Marlon, I finally got my DualSense Edge. Absolutely love it. My man, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, the DualSense Edge is fire. It just, the battery, man, the freaking battery. Top Gee, what's up, man? Says, Marlon, do you think that Microsoft will block Metal Gear? Nah. They don't care about Metal Gear, remember? Xbox fans was ripping apart Metal Gear, remember? Nah, bro. That's a PlayStation thing. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care about Metal Gear, bro. They don't care about Spider-Man, remember? Yeah, they don't know. Microsoft don't know good games. Remember what Phil said. Building great games will not turn things around for Xbox. Building great games will not increase Xbox market share. What does that tell you? Right? What does that tell you? They have no taste, no direction, no nothing when it comes to gaming. Like, they suck very badly. They have no taste. No taste whatsoever. What? Nah, bro. Metal Gear, nah. Metal Gear does not need to be on Xbox. Nope. Because Xbox fans, they rip apart MGS4. They rip apart MGS5. They said that MGS4 was too much freaking cutscenes, right? And less gameplay. But all of a sudden, we sitting here having attitudes and throwing a fit like a crybaby about, Sony rumored to sign a deal with Konami for Metal Gear, to bring back Metal Gear and to bring back Castlevania and all this type of stuff, and to make them PlayStation exclusives. Like, and we're crying about Konami when half of these dudes don't even, and Big Cloud can back me up. Big Cloud can back me up. We're crying about freaking games that we don't care about. Like, these dudes can care less about Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy, Sony paying Square Enix to block Final Fantasy off of Xbox. Half of you dudes don't even care about Final Fantasy. Y'all don't. Y'all sit there and clown on Final Fantasy 16 when they were showing gameplay, and oh boy is like shimmying through the freaking crack of the wall to get to the next section. See, that's old school loading screen mentality right there. Get this last generation garbage out of here. Bunch of hypocrites, hippos. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting here saying all the things that you're saying, you make no sense. On what grounds are you basing this off of? You're crying about Sony blocking these games from going to Xbox, right? But truth be told, that RPGs performs better. Truth be told, Metal Gear performs better on PlayStation. That's just common sense. That's off the rip, right? Where were you guys when they turned out Insomniac Games? Like, pitch for Spider-Man. They had all the opportunity in the world to buy Insomniac Games. I'm not trying to hear it. All of a sudden, oh man, Wolverine. Oh, I would want Wolverine to come on Xbox and Game Pass. I would want Spider-Man 2 to come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Y'all have no good taste. None. Ryan says, I've seen it. It's pathetic. The amount of excuses. Yeah, it's unreal. Ryan, it's unreal at this point. Like, it makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? People are so up in arms to defend. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Big Cloud Gaming, man. That's the homie right there. the Real Gamer Podcast, RGT Podcast. Make sure y'all go check him out, man. Really good dude, really good PlayStation enthusiast. Knows what he's talking about. He's plugged into the industry as well. Make sure y'all go sub to Big Cloud Gaming. That's family right there, man. Exactly. It says Sony did the best deal in gaming by picking up Insomniac Games. Bro, I am telling you, Insomniac Games is one of the hardest working first-party studio that Sony got up their sleeves. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, it's crazy to me. But we want to settle for mediocrity. We want to settle for bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that makes zero sense. Like, oh, yeah, Starfield could be 30 FPS. We're okay with that. When Todd Howard himself come out and basically said, listen, dog, like, 30 FPS is fine for Bethesda games. And as long as the simulation is running smooth, 30 FPS is fine, right? What does that tell you? I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Look at their actions. They gave us Redfall at 30. Like, we don't need Einstein to... Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, man. Yeah. With the comic, like some type of new gameplay element that they're supposed to be implementing for Spider-Man 2, and some new, some new bosses and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see what actually happens. Anytime, Ryan. Much love. Says Final Fantasy 16 gameplay looks better than anything on Xbox. So does Ratchet and Clank. So does Burning Shores. So does Demon Souls. So does Returnal. And these games are all games that are released and shown gameplay. Facts. All facts. You know what I'm saying? Man, Final Fantasy 16, bro, the whole time I was like, wow. Like the boss fights and everything, I was literally blown away. Like I was just like, oh my God, like this is freaking crazy. But nevertheless, like I said, man, Microsoft got something to prove. Like Microsoft got to really bring their A game at this point. Like they really got to bring their A game, bro. It's all or nothing for Microsoft at this point. We're tired of wait till this time, wait till that time, wait till next year, wait till E3, wait till that. Nah, it's time to deliver the blow, because right now everybody wants competition. Nobody wants Xbox to truly go under. Like we all want Xbox to be better, but with that defeated type of mindset, with that defeated type of interview, like that loser mentality type of interview, no, sir. No, sir. But I love you guys, man. Thank y'all so much for the tremendous support on the channel as of late. Please continue to destroy the like button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Turn on that post notification bell so you never miss out on the daily stuff that we do have here. We cover PlayStation, we cover Xbox on the daily right here, Sunday through Monday. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all so much. God bless you guys, man. It's raining like crazy over here, thundering. Don't want the lights to cut out while I'm live. So I love y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. If you're brand new, hit the subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell. Love hanging out with you guys, man. Shouts to Ryan. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie Big Cloud Gaming, man. Show him some love. Ray, God bless, man. And like the great Etika would say, please have yourself a great one. I love y'all. Be blessed. Be easy. Let's keep it gaming. Be safe in these gaming streets. We out. Peace. And let's see if we can get over 400